Hey everyone, welcome to my show. Be sure to hit like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch for all my exclusive content. Good morning. Surprise bonus stream day. And happy 4th of July out there to all of my fellow Americans. And for those of you not American, today is our Independence Day, our national holiday, which is why I'm streaming at this hour instead of actually working. Today's the day we told the British that they can kiss our ass. So all my UK friends out there, this one's for you. No, but seriously, I never get to do streams like this because, I have a day job unlike some of our other content creators. So here we are, Arc launch, moments away. In fact, some of the gifts have already started to roll out. And if you watched Rev's video this morning, if you watched DJ's video this morning, some subtle little things that were in their videos that they talked about were already changed. So, DJ went through the officers, was pulling them up, looking at them. That did not match what was in the patch notes. So again, if Scopely's going to give these guys information and say, hey, get out there, spread the word, make the content, you got to give them the right information. Oh, we changed it at the last minute. You're looking at an earlier version of stuff. No, that should not be a thing. Stop flying by the seat of your pants all the time and actually get the crap right. Okay, there's the end of my rant. I'm done. But we did have a couple of things. We did have a couple of changes. And let's see what we can get into here. Good morning, Bel Air. Good morning, Ace, Lord Hollywood, TC. How's everybody doing today? So we've already got our launch day gifts. These should be rolling out across the servers now. I have no idea what these are. Matrix diode. Oh, we've got new missions. Okay, let's get some Matrix diodes. These are probably going to be for the Q missions. Here's the Q's gift. Now we got some court keys. We also get some of this tetracyanate 622. Okay. Increases general mining and possibly eventually protected cargo, I guess if you level it up. As well as some trial bells and forbidden tech reactors. Oh, and fusion rods too. These are all things for all part of this new Q's trials loop. Make sure to update your game first. Yes, if you don't see this yet, you don't have to work for a day. Absolutely. And then we have our launch day gift here as well. Make sure you do. You probably have to push a manual update as well. So some more trial bells and a couple of Chakotay and Tuvok shards. So here's our new officers. So these were not right in DJ's patch notes. The patch notes that he was looking at in the screens and graphics showed Chakotay doing a 25% crit chance to armadas as his officer ability. 25% isn't even actually a number based on how it scales. It's somewhere between tier 4 and tier 5. So whatever information they gave him or they gave to June Bree that he put out on Spock's Club, not accurate. Tuvok looks like this officer ability might have even actually gotten increased. I don't think it was 80% in his patch notes video either. So, morning, Carissa. You refused to play the game for several hours after reset? Yeah, I mean, there's usually some weird stuff going on, right? So what do we got here? Already finished something? Forbidden Tech Acquisition. Oh, apparently I already finished an event. I didn't even get to the events. We've got Forbidden Technology events. What do we got in here? Unlock different types of tech, get points, get stuff. You've got 7 days to do this. Okay, so that's not bad. And there's an SLB, which means I'm sure there's something you can buy. Spending the materials, okay. Then you got this Court of Q, spending the emblems. This is probably going to be, again, something that you're going to have to buy a pack of in order to finish because it's a heroic. A whole lot of events in here, but they all have 2 to 7 day cooldowns on here, 2, 3, 7. We got the trials. This definitely seems like it's going to be a bit of a loop here. Targeted recruit a Chakotay SLB. Earn Chakotay shards, earn 2 Vox shards. And by earning those shards, you will get a huge chunk of Syndicate XP. Wow, that's a lot of Syndicate XP. Janeway's your hostile grinder. Chakotay's your weapons kind of guy, right? Oh, we're back with the Player of the Month events, too. Completing milestones, finishing on leaderboards. This is how you're going to pick up some extra shards for your new officers. So we got a lot of new stuff going on here. A lot of new stuff rolling out. Hey, Jockey. And for those of you wondering, I will probably still be back on later tonight. But this was just, like I said, it's a kind of a once in a blue moon opportunity for me to actually be online during ARC launch and kind of look at some of this stuff as it's rolling out. We've got a Tuvok trivia event. Ooh. This is going to give out a nice little chunk of Tuvok shards as well. Plus, nope, each one does not give out. Okay. Bunch of different Tuvok trivia questions. Okay. I'll be honest, I don't know some of these. I was never, like, I liked Tuvok as a character, but, you know, I never really paid a whole lot of attention to him, so. Now we got our hostile hunt rolling out. Our battle pass is now officially live. So we do have a couple of shards, as well as some more trial bells and stuff rolling out live in here. A couple of other changes. So we have the new forbidden tech, requires you to put the building together, which we're going to do in just a minute here, just to make sure that that's working right. But in case you also didn't notice something else that was going on, nope, it's not here. It's over here. I probably can't see. Yeah, I can't see it. All right. So in case you didn't notice, this was something else that Rev was talking about, where he was talking about how we've got Tuvok now to increase the chest rewards from this, but he was complaining about the cooldown not being fixed. Well, they sort of, kind of, not really fixed that. They left the cooldown the same, but they added additional chest options. Let me pull up my other account, because I didn't claim it on this account yet, so we can probably see it over here. Launch day gift. Yep. Come over here to our artifacts. So your artifact restoration, it used to just be 1 chest and 2 chest pull options. They added a new option for 4 chests at a ridiculously steep price. But if you're one of those players who has tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of these Formation Armada artifact tokens, now you can go ahead and cash them in larger quantities and help start to source some of this stuff a little bit faster. Don't recall seeing that in the patch notes. Just happened to stumble upon that this morning. Did you guys remember seeing that anywhere? I don't. The other fun thing that they did add, which they did mention in the patch notes, so we'll give them credit for that. We did get some new researches as well. In our Ex-borg tree, we now have these 3 new researches right here. Chest Collective here increases the number of redeemable chests in the Amalgam Refinery. This is going to give you additional chests. So instead of spending 2 million and getting 1 chest with just a little bit of parts and things like that, you will now get a bonus chest. Or a new option. Don't exactly know for sure what that is. Don't have the Borg credits to learn this yet. The other thing right here is this is a 2-part research. Enemies of Bajor is a 5-tier one that increases your reward payouts from Jem'Hadar hostiles. So when you're going out and you're killing hostiles to get the antimatter bits so you can redeem them in the faction store, you will now get a huge loot boost for doing so, scaling all the way up to 300%. And when you've unlocked this, you will now have access to this Bajoran reputation increase, an extra 100% increase to your reputation, available at R&D 38, and you only have to do the first tier of this one to get it. So we're talking about a 100% increase. So if you go into your Bajoran faction store, whatever this was normally paying you out, which for me, it's in increments of 6,000, double it. Now, I'm most of the way to the end already, so I'm not going to see a huge benefit on my main account, but on my alt account, I have light years to go in terms of reputation on that one. So the fact that, new content coming out, new loops, let's try and make some of the other, at least one of the other loops, a little bit shorter. So you'll get more credits from your hostile exchange, so you won't have to farm as long. So you can do this to get more of these Bajoran badges, so you can then redeem them for more reputation to move this along faster, which will then give you access to more of these favors faster, so you can finish this up and or just get some of these bonuses that will then help your refinery, help your building upgrades, all that kind of fun stuff. So A says the Chess Collective one is his new favorite, but yeah. Carissa has an alliance mate who did the Amalgam 1 level. He has a 3 chest option with a +1 instead of a 2 chest. All right, well, that's what we're going to do real quick here. Let's go do this so we can learn some stuff. All right, and we are officially now coming up on 12 o'clock here, so everything should be live. They always like to start rolling stuff out a little bit early, just to give it all time to load, so there really isn't too much of a delay with all the servers getting stuff. Now, this Q's trial loop is going to be the new complicated mechanic. You heard some of the other guys talking about it because they had, that advanced knowledge of what was going on. That this new loop was going to be a bit complicated. There's a lot of new currencies. There's a lot of new steps. We're going to kind of go through it the best we can. Hey, Samo. Good morning. And happy Arcfall indeed. Yay, Faction Hunt. Yay, Latinum Rush. Okay. Now, in your gift chest, you would have gotten the 100 parts you need to build the Court of Q. Naturally, I don't have a building slot available, so hang on one second. Let's just speed this one along a little bit. Now we can build our Court of Q. Ooh. Build the Court of Q to take part in Q's trials and earn forbidden tech. Upgrade the Court of Q to access more challenging battles and get greater rewards. Start a trial and defeat the hostile before time runs out. That's the important part. There's a timer on this stuff. And from what I understand, and we'll test this, when you start a mission, the things you have to kill will spawn near your base. So keep that in mind, when you have wherever your base may be located, if it's quick times, in and out of systems and things like that. Claim your rewards and increase your assessment rank to unlock new trials. Equip forbidden tech to customize your fleet and enhance your playstyle. Add them to your ships and unlock up to 4 unique powers by upgrading them. Complete Q's trials daily and earn milestone rewards. Use the rewards to unlock and upgrade forbidden tech to become more powerful. Okay. So the emblem of assessments is what we're going to use in order to upgrade the building. You also should have gotten 2 new dailies. Yep. Q's Gauntlet and Q's Challenge. Use trial bells to start Q's missions. The rewards for this give you more emblems, which is what you need to upgrade the building, as well as some of this forbidden tech refinery credit stuff, which we're going to look at here in just a second. Now, there are 2 missions. There's do it 3 times and do it 5 times. What I want to see is how, because these don't pay out trial bells. So we have to figure out how we source the bells to then figure out which, like with the Mantis, you only get 1,000 a day to debuff. So we only do it every other day. So that way you get both missions at the same time. We don't know, or at least I don't know, if you're going to have enough trial bells to do 5 every day, or if it's something where you have to, maybe alternate days. So let's see what we get. Now that we've put the building up in our building resources, thank you, Frankie, was just going there. Capacity reached, cannot collect more trial bells. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Let's see, how many do I actually have? This is probably in other. Which tab did they go into? So here's the fusion rods and stuff. They're in other on the right side. So I totally missed them. That's what you're saying? Trial bells. Okay, so I have 150. That's what they gave us to start with. Now I can hit this handy dandy new button over here. This is going to take me right into my trials, right? Battleship. Okay. Cost 25 bells to start a trial. Interesting. Yeah, so we get 20, well, it costs 25 to start one. They gave you 150 to kind of let you get the mechanic going, right? Okay. I got 15 minutes to take out a Federation patrol that's about 50,000 strength. Okay. Sure. Let's start this. So I got 15 minutes on the timer. Again, it put it somewhere near my base. Now, because my base is in territory, I have to be careful with that. Because if your base is in territory, you are going to end up doing stuff in other people's systems. And that might might not go over so well. So the first one right here, this guy has 50,000 strength. You can see up at the top there is a timer left warning, basically telling you, hey, you got 15 minutes, 14 minutes to get this done, so get her done. Yeah, that's the thing that you definitely keep an eye on is where these things are going to spawn. Okay, we completed the Q's trial. Oh, I've got the wrong crew for this stuff, but oops. And now we head back to base. So Q's trial, we finished. Now I have to upgrade the building. Okay. And again, sending me right back to the same spot. Now let's see if I can claim. No, cannot claim more. So I'm only down to 100 now, and I can't claim any more. So chances are that's going to be the cap, is going to be 100. Which is going to be really weird because then the most you could do would be 4. So it does seem like it is going to have certain restrictions like the Mantis, right? Okay, so we just did the second one. So let's go ahead and let's do the third one. Maybe it'll spawn it right here in front of me. Oh, I got my rewards for completing my mission. And now I can continue to do more of these things. Okay, sure. Now the hostile strength is going up. It's up to 57,000. So we're slowly getting stronger and stronger here. Oh, and now they put it in a different system. Okay, so they're moving stuff around. But it definitely will be very careful who your neighbors are, especially if you're in territory. You might end up having to do things where, like, you come in cloaked into systems or things like that to do some of your missions. It's going to make things very complicated. Maybe I can get a 53. Okay. Cannot get more trial belt. All right, so I'm down to 75, and it still won't let me claim more. What the heck is the capacity on these things? Trial complete. Claim my rewards. Now it bumped it up a little bit. Now I actually finished a milestone. Now I can get some of this extra currency and more trial bells. Okay. now we're down to under 50 trial bells. Now we're down to 45. All right, well, at least now it moved it over. Now it's sending me back into my own territory. That's a nice touch. Can I claim them now? Yes. Okay, so your max capacity is 75 trial bells. And so that's going to give you the 3 per day. So yes, this is going to be like the Mantis loop. Because the daily over here is to use trial bells 3 times to start them. You only get 80 a day, and they cost 25 each. So you are going to have to skip days, and you're going to have an issue with capacity because you're going to be at capacity, you're going to use some of them, then you're going to claim them, putting you back at capacity enough to do the rest of them here. And then tomorrow you won't do them, and you'll just claim stuff, and then you'll wait till the next day. That way you can do both of these at the same time. So that is the important step. Yes. And we're going to try and get the word out about that right now. Got to mess people up very badly. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so we're getting more of these parts here. All right, go kill that guy. And as you can see, I've got 12 minutes left on my timer. How's everybody else doing out there today? Cortana, 6 months subscription streak. Thank you very much for renewing that. Very much appreciate that. Okay. Well, now I'm in my own territory, so I'm not as scared as I was before. So we finished more trials. We like that. Yeah, 92, we did win our first. 1-0. That's it. We're done. We're tired. Ace, you're getting the 5th milestone of the Voyager field training done today. Should help the refinery. That's the other thing we have to go look at now. Now that we've built our Q center here, we now have our forbidden tech. And this is where we actually have the option to cash in some of this stuff to get things. Oh boy. So you can cash in some of this proto matter, which will get you more emblems, which will let you upgrade the building faster. You can cash in these refinery credits here. This is going to get you some of this tier up catalyst, which we're going to have to figure out where that goes. And then we also have the rods here. Unlock tech slots and remove it from ships. So that's also the big key. That's also the big key with these things. So much like officers, these forbidden tech things slot into your ships. You have a slot right there. These things will just slot right into your ship slots. It costs tech fusion rods to even unlock the slot to begin with. And then when you assign one of these buffs, if you actually have all the materials that you need, you can assign it to a ship. It will probably cost you rods to assign it. it definitely costs you rods to take it back off the ship. So if you decide, hey, I want to switch where it is, I don't like it on my Valdor, I want it on my Pylum instead, you're going to have to spend currency to remove it. So it's not as easy to just plug and play this stuff. So you'll have to be a little bit more selective about where you put stuff. Okay, so this is what it costs to upgrade these things as well. So you need the tech reactors to upgrade it, and you also need more of this protomatter. The protomatter, what we've already learned, is something else you can also exchange in the refinery. So now you're competing with currencies, which is never fun. Now you're going to have to make some hard choices about what and how you want to use stuff. Deathkill asks, what is a blade of armor unlock for? Ida Lefty, thank you very much for the follow. You're talking about in here for the Defiant and the Bajoran tree? These are the parts you need to upgrade the Defiant. These are the specialty parts. Hopefully that answers your question. If not, let's try asking it again a different way. That's not what you wanted? It's in the store. So we do have all these new currencies that are now for sale. We also have more of these packs. It's one of the new techs. Well, let's go look then and see if we can see. Nope, it's not in there. I passed it. A blade of armor. Increases hull health, increases shield health. So, alright, so it is one of the new techs. So again, if you go into your ship and you click on this and it takes you to your different things, you can see, there you go, a blade of armor. This is one of your, looks like one of your two common. You got two uncommon, you got a bunch of rares, and then you got a couple epics. So everybody got the Tetracyanite one for free. This is the one that boosts your mining speed a little bit. A blade of armor right here gives you a little bit of hull and shield health to give you a little boost there. Obviously, these things have multiple levels like artifacts that they're going to scale up. And Scopely's going to give you the opportunity to buy all of these things right off the bat on day one. You want to get your ships upgraded? Start buying some stuff, right? And they are selling a bunch of different things. Thalaron radiation. Damage against players, hull health, critical damage while cloaked, Romulan damage against players. So if you have a Romulan ship, that would be a good one to boost. Plus you're getting plenty of materials. You can buy a time crystal. Ooh, is this one going to boost? Yep, increases Klingon damage against players, does the same thing. And there's probably one for Federation as well here. Hey look, red matter, what's that do? Oh, increases Federation damage against players. So depending on what type of ship you are using, you have a damage boost there. So here's their new ATM. Then you also have the stuff to upgrade stuff, the stuff you need to assign stuff, the stuff you want to buy if you want to do more missions. And some of them aren't bad, like a blade of armor is a common one. It's only 10 bucks to get this one. You know, you can buy a little bit more bells over here if you want to do more trials for 20 bucks. 50 bucks for enough fusion rods to actually unlock a slot on a ship. Personally, I think I'm going to wait and see how this all plays out before I spend any money buying anything. But that's just me. In the meantime, let's go ahead and claim our dailies. Okay, so let's go back to our refinery now. Wait, as long as I'm in my refinery, let's do my Mantis refinery real quick. Okay, so your ability to unlock the different buffs is going to be related to the level of your building. Because right here you can get a Blade of Armor fragments and the seismic charges by cashing in these forbidden fragments. You get more of these from doing the trials. You'll get the fragments. Increases damage and ship XP against hostiles. And here's the Blade of Armor one that we just saw that gives you the shield health and boost. Now, I think you need 50 of these to unlock the thing, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to take a little while to naturally source these things. So, of course, you're getting the option to speed that along through some cash. But we can also upgrade our building. Upgrading the building increases our proto-matter rewards from completing a trial. Okay, so each time you upgrade, get the building up, now you get more proto-matter from doing your trials. So make sure to do that, push that as far as you can before you start spending your bells, because you'll get more proto-matter, and the proto-matter is what you need in order to get stuff. Okay. So by completing these milestones, I got these seal of approvals, which now made the target ship a little harder to kill. I can get some more details and information about it as well. You can do this. I think the start level is 19. So that's why they are giving you some detailed information about what exactly, you can be a little more selective about when you want to upgrade your trial strength and make it stronger and harder to do. Obviously, your rewards increase as you go up, but so will the strength of the hostiles, which for lower level players could be a bit challenging. Right, so we did that one and we got those parts. I could start one over here. Looks like we're still getting just the 80. Yeah. You do your dailies, you get some emblems, you can upgrade the building a little bit. You go to your refinery. We can also get emblems from the refinery to upgrade the building. Yes, by converting some of that proto-matter. But you need 2,000 of it, and that doesn't come easily. So again, it's going to take a little while to upgrade the building, unless you buy the packs. In the trial screen. Yeah, Q is very animated here. Giving you a little more insight as to what's going on. That's a nice little feature. We don't really see these people moving around very much. Hey, V2, welcome on in. They did. If they wanted to have Q kind of be the very animated figure that we know him from the shows, because he's in 4 different series, mostly in Next Generation, but does make appearances in Deep Space Nine and Voyager, and then returns again in Picard. Okay. So it's weird because obviously, I have more bells and I'd like to do more trials, but at the same time, I also want to make sure that I'm going to have the ability. And obviously, the trials, you can see they go up based on the building level. I want to make sure I'm going to have enough to do more of the dailies. So I need 125. I guess I could spend a few more. You know what? Maybe we'll just do them all in the same tree. Let's do this. And again, as we mentioned earlier, for those of you just joining us, when you start a trial, it will put the target you have to kill within the general vicinity of your base location. If you are located in territory, it is very likely that it will put it into a territory that you don't own. So just be careful where you're located when you're doing this stuff, because you might end up in enemy territory, and that might make it a little more challenging for you to sneak in and kill your hostile and get out of dodge. All right, we got some extra points there. What does this give us now? Hey, more trial bells. Yeah, all right, more cowbell. That's what we need right here, more cowbell. Let's just keep going right up the same tree. We're going to just take a singular path here. And see what happens. And yes, I do appreciate the irony of I'm using a Valdor to kill battleships. I mean, these things are so small. At this level, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of ship you use. What? Oh. All right. Let's just keep right on going. Claim those rewards, get a bunch of points. Hey, we moved up to the next tier. Would you look at that? Looks like within 2 warp lines. I mean, yeah, they're all pretty close to your base. Definitely going to be some interesting things going on. Coalition, welcome to the show today. It just made you spend a lucrative transwarp token to hit the target. Yikes. I'm gonna guess your base is located obviously within a very short period of time near stuff, so I guess that would be a thing to consider too. If you're based in one of these systems, it could put you behind one of these paywalls. That is a very good thing to know. If you're out here, based somewhere, you never know, it might throw you past a Borg system to get to it. Your option, of course, is to just wait the 15 minutes and let the timer expire. You're located in Kepler. So you're located here in Kepler. And it sent you, where did it send you? Has plans. Thank you very much for the follow. So you're based here. Where did it send you? Foreign. Which system is that? Oh, over here. Oh, one of the mining systems. Well, from Kepler to Fazlov, 1 and then 2. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, these, okay, wow. So definitely mind your surroundings, I guess would be the the message of the day. get for doing this? We got a little bit more of this stuff. We got some new we got some parts for it, but probably not enough to actually do anything with it yet. Frankie says that the cost to attach a tech to a ship changes based on the ship. Okay, let's explore that a little bit. So, I mean, obviously unlocking the slot is probably going to be, cost 28,000 just to unlock that. And then you're saying that it costs 37,000 if you wanted to attach it to your Nova, but only 9,000, well, approximately, if you wanted to attach it to your Meridian. Okay. So that's also, I guess, something to keep in mind, is that all costs are not made equal. But hey, let's keep killing stuff. Cortana, you can confirm as well, you did your Q trial when your base was in territory. The hostile was in your other alliance's territory, so now you moved your base out to a low-level system. That is a good way to go. Now we got some more uncommon fragments. Okay. So we've got all these different events going on here. There's the SMS for it. There's the SLB. We also have all these different hidden tech events going on in here. Getting points for unlocking stuff. Getting points for spending the assembly metals, which is what you use to upgrade the building. Now we're getting points for just killing any hostiles. So this is probably one that anybody can finish regardless of. You get bonus points if you're using the new stuff. All right, let's just keep doing some trials. I'm just going to keep going straight up this battleship tree. So I got a performance bonus. Ooh, well. That gave me a nice chunk of points, moving me closer and closer to my next reward. Did it put it in the same spot? Nope, it moved it again. So we definitely have a lot of flying around with all this kind of stuff, with this new forbidden tech and the Q's trials. Obviously, there are a bunch of other events going on as well. We'll probably dive into those later tonight when I come back and do my regular stream. We'll talk about some of these other events. The other thing to take in mind as well, we did get a whole bunch, or do we have new holodeck missions already? We do have a couple of these. They gave us 350 of these things, the diodes, for free. Here's all your different missions as well. All right, we just moved up another notch. More of these seals. Now we're starting to get bigger and bigger. Eventually you come across a Borg probe. Probably not, Keith. Maybe, who knows? So far, this is a mechanic that is going to scale up. The missions in day one are going to seem relatively easy to most players because, again, they're designed for players starting at ops level 19. That's where you can get the building for the first time, and that's where you can, start building it and getting it going and whatnot. We get more points. There's my next reward. Now I'm curious, do my points between trials carry over? Like if I go over here? No, they don't. Okay. Well, we're just going to keep on moving along right up each tree. I think that's probably going to be the better way to do it, because if you do them all pretty evenly across the bottom, I don't know that you're getting... I mean, I could go look at the rewards. Maybe that's what I should have done before I started doing this. Carissa says that she's tested a few officers we know don't work on mission bosses like Chen. She does work. These are hostiles, not bosses. Good to know. Certainly could impact your crew choices. All right. Let's go kill something else. Where are we going now? We're going back here. I feel like I'm just in a loop. All right. So yeah, so if you kind of go up each tree, you're getting little bits of some of these actual devices. As opposed to if you went horizontally, you're just going to get some of the more entry-level ones. Now, that might actually help you unlock some of them. Where do I... Oh, now we have a new metric, assessment rank as well. That is a new stat that was just added right here. So there's a new leaderboard, a new way to measure yourself against other players. Because that's what we needed more of. More ways to measure up. All right. More torpedoes. More of this stuff. Now, can I actually... See, this is the part... Maybe it's through the building. Now, the building takes you to the trials. I guess the way to get to this mechanic is through here. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow, you need 80 of these torpedoes to actually get it going. So it's 50 shards for the commons, 80 for the uncommons, 150 for the rares, and 200 for the epics just to unlock them. It's going to take a little bit of time because in addition to doing the trials where you'll get bits and pieces of them, right here through the refinery is how you'll source additional fragments. These are at 3 apiece. Okay. So I'm getting common fragments. There's uncommon fragments. There's rare fragments. Of course. Why would you just have one currency that you could use for everything when you can make 3 currencies for each different tier? We can also get more fusion rods, so you can be able to unlock slots for your ships. And like I said, you can also cash some of this stuff in for the proto matter so you can tier up the building faster. Now, the other thing I do want to look at real quick. Oh, it shut down on me. So what I noticed in my slots here, nope, that's not where I want it to be. It was in the refinery. So my proto matter one is based on my ops level. I have to convert 2,000 of this to get 100 currency. I do want to check this out on my Ops 39 account and see how different that is. All right, so let's take a quick peek at that. I'm going to have to claim the gifts first because I haven't done anything on this account yet. So let's take our launch day gift. This gives us our Court of Q keys, which is what we need to do the building. And you come in here to inside your base. You build that. Of course. I'm always upgrading something, right? That takes us right back here to our first graphic, which is where we started our video. Ace thinks this feels a lot like field training. Early stuff you fly right through, it gets you addicted, so you just keep going. Certainly going to be some of that going on for sure. Between that and the new missions, might also give you additional materials, so that's definitely something worth exploring. The launch day chest also gives you materials to upgrade, so when you claim that, come right back here, upgrade your building so you get more proto matter rewards because level 1 gives you a 0% bonus, but level 2 gives you now a 5% bonus. So now when you start doing those trials, you're going to get a little bit more of the proto matter, which is one of those 14 new currencies or whatever it is that we've added. So, and proto matter is what you convert to get the gems to upgrade the building. All right, so as you can see here, if I get this out of the way, it's 2,000 for 100 because I'm Ops 53. But on this account, it's 1650 for 100. So it is cheaper on a lower level account to get the same amount of rewards for building upgrades. I guess the thought process is going to be that the higher level players will eventually be able to do higher level trials, so they'll source the proto matter faster. But it does seem a little weird that, it's not based on the building level like the other ones are. So as you level the building up, this gets, a different rate to slow down your progression of the building. It's now tied more into your ops level instead. A says the ops 44 needs 1,800. Okay, so yeah, so it's a steady little progression there. Not going up. There's not a huge difference. I mean, 39 to 53 is 400 points. But when you see from some of these missions and things that we're doing, we're only getting like 80 a time. It's an extra 4 or 5 trials that I have to do at my higher level. Every time we do a trial, we're getting 80. It's definitely going to take longer for my higher level account to accumulate enough currency to upgrade my building. Maybe they're just expecting me to buy it. That'd be a wrong expectation, but yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the way that that scales like that. I don't like the way that that does that. Let's just see how hard these things get. Hey, Olvi. Are the trials like you start one and do it as far as you can, or need to restart after completing one step? Yeah, you have to. It's go here, kill one thing. Your trial's done. Then, if you want to do a next one, you have to spend 25 more bells to do another one. So every time, I kill this thing, I kill the hostile, I got 15 minutes to do it. Bam, it's dead. Now I can claim my rewards. And now if I want to move up and take on the next target, which is a higher level strength, I have to spend 25 more bells. It will start the new timer. It will then move it potentially to a different system. Not always, as you see this one here spawning right in front of me. And bam, I kill that one. And there we go. And now I can claim this prize, get more points. Hey, more points equals more reward milestones. Get more trial bells, get more of this stuff. Now I've got enough of those. We're getting closer. So there are different seals. So as you progress up one tree, you will get seals. The seals will then unlock your ability to do that, but you also have to upgrade the building as well. So there are a double restriction. One, you have to keep upgrading the building, and two, you have to do all the trials up a certain path to get enough to actually unlock the next tier. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. Might be better to concentrate on one type then. That's what I've been exploring and been trying so far today. And that seems to be working right. Hey, what do you know? There was a Borg probe. Would you look at that? It was 3.5 million. Big chunk of points. Let's just keep on keeping on. Losing all the value of the dailies hurt you? Not necessarily. Because you get 80 tokens a day, which I can't claim again until tomorrow. And I only need 125 to do both sets of dailies. So as long as I keep myself with at least 45 cowbells left, I'm going to call them cowbells, not trial bells, because trial bells is kind of stupid. We're going to call them cowbells. Christopher Walken impression, not happening. But you think about it in your head right now. So you take this down to like 50, or even take it down to 75 or 70. And then tomorrow I can claim another 80 and I can do all 5 of my dailies again. I mean, if I wanted to just sit here and wait, yes, but then I won't have anything to claim, So there's a weird, like I could stockpile this stuff, be like, I've got 500 of them. I can do my dailies for like 5 days in a row. But then I'm also missing out on the ability to do those 5 daily claims as well. So there is a line there where you can kind of, there's an overlapping spot between those two Venn diagrams, right? So, no, Teamy, you thought cowbell before you saw that? Yeah, exactly. That's what they look like, right? More cowbell. Yes, absolutely. Frankie's going to wait. Okay. Hey, everybody's going to move at their own pace on these things. Ooh, now we got to kill some swarms. 7.8 million, huh? Okay. They're getting bigger. They are getting bigger. Bad Wolf asks, the purpose of this is only to power up our lower level ships? No, the purpose of this is to power up any of your ships. It's just going to take a while for you to get the materials and things to unlock stuff. Much like the artifacts take a while to unlock. Yeah, we were looking at the animation earlier. But it's definitely kind of cool. You know, he's over here, he's very animated, and you're like, "Ooh, tell me more about this thing I have to kill." Ooh, what do we? Here's the stats and details on your target. All right, so we're just moving right along here. Again, the hostiles are getting bigger and bigger, and bam, we have now just hit our final milestone here. Picked up some more of these fragments. So all of these milestones are complete for Battleship Phase 1, but I can't start Battleship Level 2 because I don't have enough of these seals. Interesting. And I also don't have my building upgraded to level 7. Well, how do I get more of those seals if I finished all of the missions? That is an interesting question. So now let's find out what happens when we've already finished a trial. No worries, you had me muted for a little bit. You were watching one of them other streamers, or you were getting actually, you know, real stuff done. So let's see what happens here. So we go over here, we kill this guy. What I probably also should have done. Let me actually start my dailies. We're doing ROM rep. So when I actually repair my ship afterwards, I get credit for it. We're doing Klingon rep. So no points earned because I'm done. No performance bonus earned because I'm done. So what did I get for rewards? I just get the proto matter and that's it. So you're doing missions you've already done and accomplished just to get more proto matter, which would be something that you could then go back to your refinery and cash in over here for stuff. Somebody asked earlier, do we know what the cooldown is on these things? Not yet. Let's see what we can find out. Fusion rods. This seems like a good one, right? You want to unlock the slots for your tech. They are all cost appropriate. $22-hour cooldown. Let's go with the ablative armor over here. $22-hour cooldown. Probably going to be across the board then. These are probably all going to be daily pulls with 22-hour cooldowns on them. So I think that about does it for how the trials work and how the loops and stuff work. And obviously you have a variety of different events in here to acquire tech and to kill stuff. Some of these you can do, like I said earlier, like this one here. You get bonus points for killing stuff with forbidden tech, but it's also just kill any hostile. And these do not give out more tech stuff as rewards. the Alliance one does. Gives you more of the reactors. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And the SLB gives you a big chunk of protomatter, which would help you, as well as resources. If it's just killing hostiles, I mean, we're just going to go grind some hostiles, right? If it's any level hostile, just go kill level 5 little guys and get more stuff done. And then you have these ones that are longer to do. Spend those or upgrade any building to get some points. But again, not giving out, oh, you're getting an epic Q statue avatar. But not giving out any additional building materials or anything like that. SMS was giving bells back. No, within the trial, I was getting more bells when I was doing the trials here on these different milestones. In addition to getting these things, I was also getting some of the bells. So like if I wanted to now go up this tree and again get more which is kind of what you have to do. Okay, I didn't notice this before. So this first one, I'm in the interceptor trial, but this first one is explorers. This one is battleships. This one is interceptors. So as you're moving up the tree, you're actually getting materials for all three. So it's kind of going to make you do everything of one particular skill. Like I'm going to have to do all of the 1-star trials, probably to get all the materials I need to unlock the 2-star trials. It's not going to be like, oh, I just did the battleship one, and now I can move on and do the battleship one, and then I can move up and do the battleship one. They're going to make you finish the whole tier, G1, before moving up to G2. Well, in that case, we might as well kill some more, right? I mean, that's what they're telling us. That's what they're telling us. Let's go kill some more. Not that it really matters, because at the end of the day, I can't upgrade the building enough. And if you wanted to upgrade your building faster so you can move on to the higher tiers, you would have to come in here and pick up Court of Q building pack. It's got 5,000 emblems in it. That's going to get you pretty far. This is a limit 1. All of these materials will change based on your ops level, actually. Let's see if that materials pack even changes based on your ops level and or server age. Let's see what we got. Court of Q building pack. Nope, still giving 5,400. Okay, so you still get the same amount of emblems. It's just the rest of the materials that are going to change based on your ops level and server age. And then there are other packs here to upgrade the building as well. Giving out smaller amounts. But again, these also have a limit on them. This one has no limit on it, but it's only giving you 2,100. So the best value, if you are going to buy these things, would be this pack for $100, because this gives you 5,400 emblems. It's going to let you upgrade the building pretty significantly. Then if you still wanted to keep upgrading it, you could come over here and get the premium pack for $50 times 2. That's going to give you about 3,700. So now you're $200 into the hole, and you've got about 9,000 of these emblems. And then we go one step further. And if you wanted to keep going, you can get 2,000 more for every $100 you spend. How far will that let you upgrade the building? Well, let's see if we can find out. Let's see if they upgraded the website. They did. So we do have our Court of Q, which has been added to stfc.space already. And every time you upgrade the building, you also get more trial bells, it looks like. So that'll let you keep doing more and more trials to get more proto-matter, to keep doing the loop and the conversion to some degree. Frankie says that the touring pack gets you to building level 13. So the 5,400 that you spent got you to building level 13. Well, if you just eyeball this real quick. 40, 130, 340. I should just do this in Excel. 540, 630, 7, that's 1,000. 1,000 got you to level 6. 14, 1450, 1950, yeah. Now they're really starting to jump up pretty significantly. Now you're about 2,500, 3,200, 3,900, 4,600, and then probably enough to finish off this level. 800 there, 5,400, yeah. And then if you bought the other packs, they're giving you, what, 1,700 a piece, which gets you 2 more levels, and then you spend another 50 bucks, and you get 2 more levels, and you're up to about here, which is level 17. And now's when you can start spending 2,000. You get 2,000 components per $100, which might get you 2 more levels, and probably at this point, not even 2 more levels. And upgrading the building is one of the requirements. Before you can even get to the 3-star trials, you have to have the building to 25. These are not going to be quick to get to. This is down the road future content. Unless you want to spend, I mean, we were already $300 in, and we got to about level 17, 18. So unless you want to spend a pretty significant amount, now maybe the packs might change based on the level of the building. It's possible. I wouldn't hold my breath on it, but it's possible. And then as you can see, they do go all the way up to 4-star. So this is something, I guess, to work towards for the future. Much like field training in an aspect of that. But the fact that you definitely are not going to be able to just jump ahead to any of those higher level pieces of content. Oh, a couple guys right here, right in front of me. Awesome. Is definitely going to slow things down quite a bit. And welcome on into all of our new viewers. We suddenly just got a big viewership spike. Thank you guys very much for being here. We are kind of going through the Q's trials right now and taking a look and seeing what we got going on. Frankie, thank you for stopping by. I'm going to grab myself some lunch in a little bit too, but you know, we're going to keep plugging along for another few minutes here, and then I'll definitely be back on later tonight for our regular stream in about, what, 5 hours? Yeah, about 5 hours from now. Trials equals combat training 2.0. Yeah. That seems like an accurate analogy. Couldn't think of the word I wanted there. Analogy was the word I wanted. The bell limit is 75, which is enough to do 3, which is the one of your dailies. So you've got 2 dailies. One is to do 3 missions. One is to do 5 missions. So if your limit is 75, that's enough to do the 3 missions. So you could do 3 every day. Or what you're going to have to do is going to have to be like with the mantis stings, where you skip a day. So you do them or you skip the first. Either you do them, whatever. You bring it down. You're 75. Then the next day you just claim them and save them. Or the first day you claim them and save them and skip the first day. And then you do one that knocks you down below your limit because you claim 80 every day. You claim 80, it puts you up. Then you do the 5 of them, brings you right back down. And then you claim the third day and wait, and so on and so forth. Suddenly, where do you see the trials? If you didn't upgrade your client, because there's obviously a new patch today, you probably won't see the new content. So that's the first thing I'm going to say is upgrade your client, and then you'll have this little red button over here that takes you right into the trials. In order to actually do them, you're also going to have to build the Court of Q. You do get a gift chest for this to get you the materials to build it to level 1. Hey, Deadly. Abrasive armor. Yeah, these are all part of the new buffs. It's a blade of armor, I think. But, anywho. Thank you guys very much for the follow. So, if you go into your forbidden tech slot, you can see all of the new types of forbidden techs that are available. And one of them being a blade of armor. And then you can click on it, and it'll tell you what the bonuses are at each level. Much like artifacts, you're going to have to get a large number of shards to unlock it, and then you're going to have to continue sourcing these shards in order to level it up and make the benefits better. So it is going to take a little bit of time to kind of source all of this stuff. Upgrades are not guaranteed either. There is a chance system to upgrading techs. Well, that's just even more dreadful. But I guess that would possibly cause you to waste your reactors, which would be terrible. That would be absolutely terrible to see that happen. But it doesn't surprise me. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of new currencies. Some of them aren't going to come into play until, until you can unlock the slot to put the thing in to begin with. It's not really going to matter. You saw a percentage breakdown like away team assignments? Okay. Which one were you guys trying to upgrade, though? There's a failsafe built in. If an upgrade fails, you get a bonus to your success chance the next time you try it. Okay. You were doing the free one? I'm actually seeing if it's possible to get enough of these torpedoes, but I'm gonna guess no. I am gonna bring my Nova back though, so we'll see if we can't go ahead and put that in there. Oh, You killed me, Ace. Everybody left. They all went to go join Revstream. I'm kidding. They probably already knew, and we're just waiting for him to be online anyway. It's usually about the time he starts is about 1 o'clock, so he's a few, or 1:30. His stream is just chaos. Well, there's a lot going on, especially on launch day, especially when he's trying to give out battle passes and stuff too. It does make it a little more challenging to keep up with what's going on there. And the first 5 minutes are always kind of crazy, because once he goes live and he welcomes everybody on in, that's when everybody starts, of course people want him there when they like renew their subscriptions and stuff like that, and there's a hype train, and you hear the hide the money, y'all, like 47 times. So much like launch day, give it 5 or 10 minutes before you move on over there. At least about 47. Yeah. So we got some more of this. We get some more trial bells. Where's my disco? And because I'm impatient, we're going to call this thing back. All right, so let's see if we can't actually unlock the slot to assign it yet. Nope, because as you can see, this costs 37,500 to unlock, and I don't have that much yet. I only have 32,000. Okay. So like what people were saying earlier, different tier ships have different cost mechanisms or cost requirements. There's 1,500 more. $1,750. So I'm going to have to get at least probably 2 more milestones before I can attach this to my Nova. So we'll just keep flying around in circles. So if you hit the upgrade button, it shows you your chance. Increases your chance by progressing in Q's trials. Okay. And then Q's benevolence. So if I failed, it would then give me a higher success rate. And then from here I can see what the different level ups do and what changing it would increase. And I could spend my reactors and my protomatter. So sure, let's do it. Ooh, level 2 unlocked. And again, I still have a 100% success rate. Basically, I'm just improving my overall general mining rate here. I guess I have to finish a level out. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Now it's up to level 3. Now I've improved my mining rate by up to 11%. And I can take this up all the way to the next slot. Bam, we got it all the way up there. So now I'm at the spot where I could tier it up. But to tier it up, I would need these tier up crystals, which is something else you can cash in your conversion in the store. That'll take it to the next tier there. And then you get the second ability unlocked. And here's your Q's favor. Now it dropped to 80%, so it's not a guarantee to complete it. I might fail the first time, and I would need 1,300 of these tier up crystals, which you can conveniently buy, should you want them. They are also available in the refinery here, tier up catalysts. So if I need 1,300, and I can cash in for 53, it's like, yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah. And then obviously I just spent all my proto matter, which is what I was going to use to get more gems to upgrade my building. So, again, this is a thing where you're competing for resources. And you're going to have to sort of pick and choose. I'm sure over the next couple of days, as we start to figure out a little bit more about this, our knowledge and our understanding of these mechanics will evolve a bit. Just going to take a little bit of time, that's all. But, all right, I think we kind of have the gist of this, of how Q's trials work to some degree. We've got the basics down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wrap up today's stream. I'm going to say thank you very much for being here with me at this earlier time today and going through this new mechanic with me. I learned some stuff from you guys. Hopefully you learned some stuff from me as well. We are going to go raid out Gingerbeard. You guys can maybe try and get yourself into a drawing, win a free battle pass over there. I'll be back for my regular stream in about 5 hours. Hopefully I'll see you back here later tonight. Maybe we'll have learned some new things between now and then, and we can compare notes again. But thank you all for being here. See you soon. If I don't, see you around the galaxy first, everybody.